So board one of tonight's Chalk Talk is a very interesting hand because there's a fit between north-south, but the defenders do have the ability to get extra tricks. So if we look at the north hand, what's a positive feature about the north hand?
Spades.
The
Five card, a good 5-card suit. Very, yeah. What else?
Yeah. A good second suit.
Singleton and a good second suit. Very well done. So I think the bidding is going to go something along these lines, or should go something along these lines. One spade by the north. Do we think it's a good enough hand to overcall 2 clubs?
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
Yes, I
6-card
did.
suit, 2 honors, the ace of clubs, absolutely correct. And then, now, it's interesting what we bid with the south hand. What should we bid with the south hand, or what could we bid with the south hand?
Two diamond.
We could bid 2 diamonds. What else could we bid?
2 spade.
2 heart.
3 diamonds.
None of the above.
Oh.
No.
None of the above.
Double.
Very good.
Ah.
And notice I put in the explanation of what the double means. Negative, non-penalty, 4 hearts and 8+ high card points. That's what I have, isn't it? You see, which is more important for partner to know? I have hearts or I have a 5-card diamond suit?
Hearts.
I would have thought so, wouldn't we?
Yes.
So negative doubles solve that problem, doesn't it? Now you may end up in game on this board, by the way. You might end up in game on this board opposite a negative double. But I mean, game is a good contract. Game has a chance. But you shouldn't make it, by the way, and we're going to talk about that. So West is going to pass over the double. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to sit in. That's the problem. I haven't sat in. I just had myself reserved. So West is going to pass over the double. And I'd probably jump to 3 hearts here because it's such a hand with prime values. But there is one worry. What's the one worry?
The club.
Well, you've
And the king, you haven't got.
clubs.
You've losers in clubs, absolutely correct.
Yes.
But I'm being honest with you. I'd probably bid 3 hearts and expect to end up in 4 hearts.
Oh.
Okay. But 4 hearts should go off. If we look at the double dummy analysis, it'll tell us if we lead the ace or the king of clubs, we have the ability to put them down. Because what can happen? Well, if we lead the ace of clubs, they play the 7. Partner should play the 3. Because how many clubs do they have?
2.
And whenever you have a doubleton, you always begin by playing the higher, followed by the
Lower.
Lower.
And if your partner's bright enough to continue with another club, West is able to overruff the dummy with the
Heart.
Jack of hearts. And that's 3 tricks, isn't it?
Yes.
And now you must lose the ace of hearts to go 1 down. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
So again, I wasn't looking at your boards or anything like that. I haven't seen these boards. I just speak these boards from what I think, you know what I mean? An objective point of view. When you're going back over the YouTube video, you could have your hand records available, looking at what you did relative to what I've suggested. That's a good way to review the information. Okay, any questions on this hand, or are we happy to go on?
We're happy. We're
Okay.
happy.
Yeah.
Okay. Board 2. So again, it's an unusual pattern. 5-4-4 isn't normal, but it's not a good hand. So we're obviously going to pass.
Yeah.
The south hand, we're going to open the bidding with
1 diamond.
Very good. West is going to
Clubs.
No,
Pass.
I don't think it's a
No
good.
one,
Yeah,
No.
one no trump,
not from West. It's a pass
Pass.
from West.
is it?
It's
Okay.
not a good enough suit to overcall at the 2 level. You don't have good enough values. You don't have a good enough suit. But apart from that, it's a good. You're just short of values and an honor in clubs. So I think it's a pass. What should the North hand bid?
One heart.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Pass. What should South bid?
2 clubs.
Very good. Pass. And now what should North bid? Tricky
3
one.
diamonds.
No, I think it's 2 diamonds is enough.
2 diamonds. Yeah.
Now, on your auction, they might have overcalled, therefore you might have had to go higher. But I think if the auction is at the low level, the North hand is only a minimum hand. It's only 9 high card points, isn't it?
Mhm.
6 to 9 should always be considered a minimum response opposite a minimum rebid by partner. So out of clubs and diamonds, what suit does North prefer?
Hearts.
No, now I didn't offer you a choice of heart.
Diamonds.
I said over clubs and diamonds, which suit, because South has 5 diamonds and
4
so
clubs.
5 and 3 is
8.
and 4 and 3 is
7.
7.
so that's where they go back to. And I think that's where you should end. But I'd imagine when you look at your scores, people might end up a little bit higher on this board. Okay, so to protect the innocent, we won't mention any names, all right?
Hello.
Now, board number 3. Any questions on that before we go on? My apologies.
No, Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, 6 to 9 is always considered a minimum response. 10 to 12 is always considered a sort of invitational response. And 13 or more is always a response where you need to drive to game or bid game if you've 13 or more and your partner opening, okay? Board number 3, South is the dealer and it's non-vulnerable. So again, it's not a good hand to open, so it's going to go pass, followed by pass. Now, third in hand, here's a hand where even though I don't have 12 points, I'd open this hand. What would I open it?
1 spade.
1 spade.
1 spade. Now, we have a very interesting hand from the East hand. It's a mad hand, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you don't make game, so what should the East hand bid? Or what could they bid?
2 club.
They could bid 2 clubs, or they could double. I could see either, folks. I really could. Yeah? I could see double or 2 clubs. I could see either. It doesn't matter over which. Let's just say 2 clubs to get the auction rolling. What should the South hand bid now?
3 spades.
3 spades is correct in a competitive auction. If this East had have passed, I would want South to bid 2 spades. But because East has overcalled, South should jump the bidding. All right?
Yeah.
Now, where do we go after that? Well, is West going to bid? I don't think so. Do you?
No. No.
Vulnerable versus none at the 4 level. I'd be a bit frightened, wouldn't you? Even though when if you saw your partner's cards, you wouldn't actually be frightened, would you?
No. No.
No.
Okay, so we're going to pass. And North might pass as well, or what might North do as well?
Go to 4 spades.
4 spades.
They might be frisky and have a think, well, I've got a void, haven't I?
Yes.
I've 6 spades instead of the 4 my partner thought I had, and they might just bid 4 spades. That's a fairly reasonable thing to do. And the opponents might decide to bid on over that. That might happen.
5 clubs, yeah.
So 4 spades or 5 clubs could happen on this hand. Now, 5 clubs shouldn't make, because you should lose 1 heart, 1 spade, and 1
diamond.
diamond, yeah? Okay. And 4 spades can make, because what tricks do you lose in 4 spades? Well, you lose 2 hearts and 1
Diamond.
and that's all you should lose. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know what happened. We'll just keep plowing on. You
Sorry,
can again,
Thomas.
yeah, shoot.
Yeah, the 3 spade response.
Yeah.
Why is that not 2? Because it's 3, 1 is 4, and 4 is 8, plus your doubleton is 9.
Yeah.
So 6
Normally
to 9.
a limit raise would be 10 to 12, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Normally 2 spades would be 6 to 9, wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
Yes.
When they
indeed.
overcall, you change the way you bid.
Okay,
So the way you bid normally is something like this. 2 spades is kind of like 5 or 6, really bad hand. Does that make sense?
Okay, it's just by virtue that there's
Yeah.
competition going on.
Competitiveness, exactly. And you
Okay,
would do something different, but something similar but different over a double. Okay.
Okay.
So when the auction is competitive, it changes how you have to bid, whether you are more competitive or less competitive. And with the boss suit, we're always more competitive because of spades being the boss suit. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No trouble at all. Okay, number 4. West is the dealer, and they're going to pass unless they've lost themselves. North should again also pass. Third in hand is always a different time to bid. Third in hand, you could always be a little bit more aggressive because you're trying to put pressure on the 4th hand. Okay, now this hand isn't a hand where you need to be more aggressive. You've got a proper opening, a full value hand. What are the choices that you could make on this hand? There are 2 choices you could make.
1 heart
or one no trump.
They are the exact choices with which you could make. Okay.
1 note. Did you say 1 note trump?
Yeah, 1 heart was one choice, and 1 no trump was number 2 choice. I'm not saying which is the right one, but they are the 2 choices that are available to you on this hand.
But is the hand not? It's unbalanced with 5.
No, it isn't.
5 card major.
No, it's a balanced hand. It's not unbalanced because it has a 5 card major. It's still balanced.
Oh.
How do we define an unbalanced hand?
2 doubletons, or a singleton, or a void.
Singleton, yeah.
So that's why opening 1 heart is a contender. It's not because you're unbalanced. It's because you 5 hearts, and some people don't like opening 1 no trump if they have a 5 card major.
Okay. Oh,
That's why I'm suggesting that 1 heart or 1 no trump are possible alternatives.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying what's right or wrong. I'm just saying to you what could possibly be thinking and about. Now, I'll be honest and tell you what I'd bid on this hand. I'd probably open this hand 1 no trump. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, because the 5 card major isn't strong. I don't like opening 1 heart and rebidding 2 hearts with weak 5 card majors. And I like opening 1 no trump as much as I can because I get to play it. And if I do open 1 no trump, that's probably where we'll play. But if I open 1 heart, well, what might happen if I open 1 heart?
They'll pass. West will pass.
Well, no, West won't pass. West has 7 points.
One no
West,
trump.
West is going to bid 1 no trump. Now, am I going to bid 2 hearts or am I going to pass?
Pass.
Well, if I pass now, who gets to play it?
The partner.
The weaker of the 2 hands. And if I bid 2 hearts, well, I'm playing in a 5-1 fit. So again, I want to stress, I'm not saying what's right or wrong. I'm giving you the options, and then I tell you what I would do honestly. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
I prefer to open that 1 no trump, because if I end up playing there,
Yes.
I want to be the declarer. Sorry.
But that's not a
strict rule then that if you have a 5-card major, you open it?
No, some people choose to do it, some people don't. Some people choose to do it based upon the quality of the suit. That's what I do.
Yeah.
That makes good sense, yeah.
It does.
It's just a choice. I mean, you don't, and nobody has to do anything that I'm suggesting. I mean, there are lots of other people who you can go to and they suggest other things, but I'm telling you honestly what I do when I play weak no trump with 4-card suits. I don't open per 5-card majors. I just don't do it. But there are lots of people who disagree. And I'm not saying they're right and I'm not saying they're wrong. It's just a choice that you have to make, yeah?
Yes, okay.
Okay, let's go on to number 5. So North is the dealer. Now, you've no choice on this hand. When you're unbalanced, you'll always open your 5-card suit first. So we'll open this with 1 spade. East is going to pass. And it comes to South. What's South going to bid?
Clubs.
Absolutely. Now, South should be thinking, what am I going to do over to continuations? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because South has a good hand, haven't they?
Yes.
Yes.
How many points does South have?
18.
18. That means they know immediately if their partner is honest and they've 12. What's 18 and 12?
30.
30. Well, we might be interested in being in higher than.
You know, chunky.
Then game.
Yeah, sorry, that's just some security opening. Let's give it 1 second. If we look at the hand, we actually have the potential to make a grand slam in clubs.
Okay.
So we got to think about this, haven't we? We got to go a little bit slower than just bish, bash, bosh. So over 2 clubs, what do you think the North hand should rebid?
4 clubs.
And that shows a bit too much strength for my liking.
Okay.
Because you've only 13 high card points. So if you can't bid 4, you could certainly bid
3.
3. Now, did anybody get to slam on this board?
1 person did, yeah.
Well done them. And did they get to a small slam?
They got 6 clubs, yeah.
Plus 1?
Yeah.
It was Leo and the robot against me.
Very good, yeah. Leo and the robot. So they probably got a very good board for being in a small slam, didn't they?
I got 0%.
Well done, Andre. You must have been pleased. You must have
Yeah, I
been
was.
So 3 clubs means now South is in a position to think, well, my partner has 5 spades and 4 clubs.
Fish.
5, but they've also got 5 spades and 4 clubs, which means they can't have very many hearts and they can't have very many diamonds, can they?
Yeah.
So if they can find out about the important cards, the Ace of Spades and the Ace of Diamonds and the Queen of Clubs, they're the important cards. You could bid and make 7 clubs, by the way. So let's give you an example of an expert auction. It could go something like 1 spade, 2 clubs, 3 clubs. 3 clubs is not showing strength, by the way. And over this, let's say you ask for aces. Let's just say you ask for aces. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, there are many different ways with which you can ask for aces, but we're just going to go through the simple way for the moment of 4 no trump. Okay, over that, your partner will tell you they've 2 aces. Well, you know that that's the Ace of Spades and the Ace of
Diamonds.
But what card can you not find out about?
Queen.
Of
Clubs.
So you can't bid a grand slam unless you can find out about the Queen of Clubs. So there are conventions available We won't go through it now, I'll just mention it, but there are conventions available to find out about the Queen of Trumps. And if you can find out about the Queen of Trumps, what bid becomes available?
6 clubs.
No.
7.
7 clubs.
7 clubs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm.
You've no losers, have you?
No.
You've no losers in diamonds, you've no losers in spades, you've no losers in hearts, you've no losers in clubs. So by that account, you should have 13 tricks. Now, you do have a little bit of work to do, don't you? You don't instantaneously have 13 tricks, but you don't have any losers. And if we look at the double dummy analysis, it's going to tell us straight away equals. Equals with every card that anybody plays. Do you see it?
Yeah.
No matter what card you play, equals, equals, equals. Look at this. The only way you'd go down is if you didn't play your ace of.
Spades.
Equals, equals, equals means the contract is going to make. Look, and there's no card you can play at this point that you'll go down. Look, isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
Now, maybe if you play this card and throw away a good card on it, something like this, look.
I know.
Oh no, come on.
Well, I mean, but you can still make it, you
Would we
know.
really do that?
No, you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't. Okay, but I'm saying to you, like, it's still saying there's a way to make it. Look,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's still saying that there's a way to make it. If you continue to play your hearts, I think you might have to finesse now. All right, but you can see what I mean. That's how good a contract this Grand Slam is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, number 6. Grand Slams are always difficult. I'm never critical of people not bidding Grand Slams. Okay, West is the dealer, and they're going to open the bidding, aren't they? What are they going to open the bidding with?
7. 3 clubs.
No, you have 14 high card points. 3 clubs should show less than.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Less than
One
10.
spade.
They're less than 10 points.
No, East is opening it. Why would East open at 1 spade?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry,
so
East
it's
is
open.
opening. Oh yeah.
Well,
sorry.
East is the dealer as far,
Yeah, sorry.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Getting me frightening
Yes,
me
one
now,
club.
you are.
One club.
One club,
Yeah,
excellently
yeah.
done. Now, what are you going to rebid? Because when you open, you should think about your rebid.
I rebid 3 clubs.
That's an overbid.
That too much?
It is. It is.
Okay. That's what I did anyway.
Okay, fair enough. But that's an overbid. So 2
Okay.
clubs should be your rebid.
Right.
Because you've only 14 high card points. And if your
No, I thought
partner
the singleton.
But the singleton is not necessarily a good card. Because you
Okay.
don't know where you're going to play, whether you're going to play no trump or whether you're going to play a suit, yeah?
I know, because when my partner showed the spades, I thought it was covered, but there you go. That was
No,
my
no,
thought
I
process.
understand, but you can't, it can't be a good card in no trump. Do you see my point?
Yeah, okay, yeah, I do.
Okay, now over 2 clubs, I think the bidding should go something like this. 2 clubs, pass, 2 diamonds, pass. And now maybe 3 clubs, pass, and 3 no trump.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. We went in a different way, but we got there.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
might get there a different way. It might go something like 2 clubs, 2 no trump. Or if this hand bids 3 clubs, this hand might bid 3 no trump
no
straight
trump.
away.
That's exactly
Okay.
what happened. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you see, I can guess, can't I? I mean, I'm never too far off the mark of what the potential is like, yeah?
You do. You know us too well, Thomas.
Well, it's not ye, it's just I know what people, can generally happen. Yeah?
Yeah.
Like I played 8 or 9 sessions of bridge over in Croatia. 9 multiplied by 30 boards is 270 boards. You get a feel for what people do playing for a while, yeah?
Yeah.
And 3 no trump should come home, I think.
It should come
Oh,
home.
yes, it
more.
did.
Oh,
It
yeah,
did.
it did.
But it
Okay.
should come home and more, should it not?
Well, I don't know about that now, but coming home would be good enough. I'd be happy enough with that, I can tell you. Okay, number 7, we'll have a quick look. Pass from the south. Now, here's a hand where you might decide to downgrade your 15 points, pretend you've 14 because you've no fillers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 7 loser 15-point hand. Yeah?
Mhm.
You might decide. Now, if you are opening it, what are you going to open it? If you're not opening it, 1 no trump.
One spade.
One
Spade.
spade.
Yeah. What's the north hand going to bid?
1 diamond. Oh,
I double.
double.
I double. What should the east hand bid based upon the principle of what we spoke about earlier on?
2 spades.
That
Who's-
doesn't promise 6 to 9.
Oh, right. Mm.
After the double, 2 spades doesn't promise 6 to 9. It changes.
Yeah. What does it promise, Thomas?
About 4 to 6.
Yeah. 4
3
to 6.
spades promises about 7 to 9, and then 2 no trump shows a limit raise or better. So it changes after the double, okay?
Yes.
But
It's
is 2 spades still the right bid?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you've got
grand.
you have 4
Yeah,
high
'cause-
card points and a
Yeah.
doubleton. Yeah, just about now, just about.
Yeah, no, I was uncomfortable doing it, but I did it because.
Oh, well done. I love people who are uncomfortable doing things and then doing it.
This show here, Thomas.
That means you're.
Hold on today to bid, like.
Well, you could have passed. That's always an option, isn't it? The green card.
Yeah.
But you're
could have.
right. So your
I
instinct,
had a match, so
your instinct was correct.
good.
Your
Okay.
instinct was correct. So I'm verifying your instinct. All right. Very well done. But that should be the end to it.
Yes, it was too.
That's where it should play. Okay.
Yeah.
And bad things might happen on this hand.
Very bad.
Well, I mean, if they lead spades, you don't have any roughing value, do you?
No.
You've got to lose a diamond, you've got to lose a club, you've got to lose 3 hearts, you've got to lose a spade. That's 6 tricks off the bat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 7.
And if they lead spades, you might not even be able to
Oh,
rough
actually-
diamonds. That's how bad it might be. It's absolutely horrible, honest to God. So I can understand why 2 spades it ends up being a bad board. And if you go higher, it's going to be even more terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
As my
So
granny would say,
it
it's going to be
should be 2
worser.
Worser and worser.
Yeah, worser and worser. Okay, number 8. 6 and 4 is 10, 16 high card points, and 4 and 4 is 8, and 7 is 15 in the west. So west is obviously going to open at 1 spade. North is going to pass. East is going to gracefully pass, and it's going to come to south. And this is a tricky hand. This is a hand that experts would have difficulty with. Now, what some of them might do is bid 1 no trump, showing a wide ranging, but not an awful lot of people play 1 no trump in that seat to be that sort of hand. It's normally too strong to be bidding 1 no trump. But I think the modern trend might be over a major. The higher the level the suit they bid, the more wide-ranging 1 no trump should be. It's not the same if they open 1 club, is it?
No.
You see
Would you not double?
You might double or you might bid 1 no trump, but the point I want to make is if they open 1 club, it doesn't have the same feel of an auction, does it? Because it's a nice low level, isn't it? But if they bid 1 spade and you
Yeah.
double, well, where do you go? Do you see the difference, everybody?
Yes.
So what did you end up in? Can anybody remember on this hand?
1 no trump.
By who?
South.
South.
Well, that's a good bid, and you probably achieved a good score for that, did you?
Yeah, Jason played it and he made it.
Yeah.
Very well done. If they let a spade, there's lots of tricks available, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've got 4 heart tricks and 2 spades is 6, and a club trick is 7, and they're going to have to find discards as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to come to 7
Yeah.
or 8 tricks in no trump on this hand. My worry about doubling would be your partner's likely to bid 2 hearts.
Yeah, that's what we did.
And it doesn't go well for you, does it?
No, especially when she put me in 3.
Well, do you see why I suggested that 1 no trump might be the right option from the south hand? Double of a major should always suggest either a very, very, very strong hand or 4 cards in the other. Major. And you don't have to be bidding a 5-card suit in the north hand because the south hand has doubled. All right? Happy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll keep plowing on. We've about another 7 boards to go through. So,
Yeah.
any north is not going to open on this hand. East is not going to open. Wonder why they paid the bus fare to get into the bridge club. Looking at that hand, south is going to open. What's south going to open, and what's the approach they should be following?
1 diamond.
And what's the approach they should be following? By that I mean, what's your rebid going to be?
2
Two
spades.
spades.
Well,
1 spade.
what if your partner over 1 diamond bids 1 heart?
Rebid is 2 no trumps there.
Okay, and what if they bid a spade over your 1 diamond?
Then you the spades.
Well,
come
then
out.
you have cover.
Well, no, you don't have cover. What are you going to rebid if the bidding goes something like 1 diamond? We'll assume that east-west passes, even though we know they're going to bid a heart, just for the moment, okay, for the demonstration. If north bids 1 spade, what is south going to bid?
Oh, no, trump.
No.
3 spade.
No, 4
3
spades.
spades.
3 spades is correct.
Mm.
Okay. 2 spades shows 12 to 15. 3 spades shows 16 to 18. 4 spades shows 19, 20, or 21, because you could have that amount of points because you didn't add on for shortness until you knew you had a
Match.
Yes.
fit. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And
Yes.
over 3 spades,
Went 4.
north will go to 4. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, did you make 4 spades?
No, it didn't.
No,
You should.
you should.
Only one person bid for 4 spades.
Okay. Well, it's a good bid to be in, isn't it? If we look at the number of points, and this is a good rule of thumb, if you want to analyze boards you've played, at the end of the hand or the end of the night, go through the boards and say, have we 25 points? Yeah, north, south of 26 points. Oh, we're not in game. Why aren't we in game? And then you can discuss, well, what game should we be in? Well, have we a fit in spades?
Mhm.
Yes, you do.
Well,
Yes.
so what game should we be in?
4.
And then we can look back at the bidding and say, well, why didn't we reach game? Was there a problem? Did the opponents pull a bluff on us? Did somebody chicken out? Did somebody get frightened and go, oh, I don't have enough to go to game? That might happen, mightn't it?
Yeah.
But you want to discuss it so the next time you can say, partner, the next time you've 8 points and a singleton and I jump support you, you must go to game, partner. You must go to game because we have 26 points between us. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Everybody,
Yeah.
a lot of people are in 3 no trump, Thomas.
Well, I was wondering maybe they might end up in 3 no trump because of the heart over call.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah,
Oh,
and it
indeed,
probably
yeah.
3 no trump probably gave them a good score, did it?
It did. It was the best.
Yeah,
score.
so because there isn't a rough available to them. So if the
Yeah.
bidding goes at 1 diamond, 1 heart, that might change what you do now, you see. Now you might go negative double. Now it might go pass. And now I can understand why you might want to play in no trump to protect what card
The king.
of,
Heart.
and you might end up at, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you might end up, you could end up getting a worse score. I'm not saying you will, but on this hand, I think it works out for you because you end up, you give them, they always have a spade trick available, really. They're always going to get a spade trick, but they might end up getting, a spade trick, a heart trick, and a rough. You know, that's where the extra trick might come from in spades for the defenders rather than for the declarer. Okay. So I can well see why you would end up in no trump if they've overcalled heart. Okay, any other questions on this board?
No.
Okay, no, lovely. We'll push on. So a pass from the east, unless you're playing something like weak twos.
Yes.
If you're playing something like weak twos,
2 diamonds.
yeah. Yeah, if you're playing something like weak 2 diamonds, I think I might have done it the wrong way around. Let me just check. I can well understand opening a 2 diamond bid. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not playing a weak 2 diamond bid, it's likely to go pass. Okay. Now, whether they open at weak 2 diamonds or whether they open a pass, what's the south hand likely going to bid at the lowest possible level?
1 spade.
Yeah, they're either going to open it or overcall it, aren't they?
Yeah.
All right. And then this becomes a hand, a battle almost. North-south have the ability to make what?
4 hearts.
North-south.
North, south. Sorry, touch said east, west. Sorry, north, south. Sorry.
The 4 spades.
Spades.
They might make 4 spades. Absolutely correct. Now, they get a lot of things right to make 4 spades, but it has the ability to make it. Yeah. And east-west only go 1 off in 4 hearts, don't they?
Yeah.
So if I just show you, look at how you have to make 4 spades. I'm not saying this is the way the bidding would go. I'm just getting to the contract. So if we have a look, well, if they lead the ace of hearts, which would be fairly obvious, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now all you should lose is 1 heart and 1 diamond. So let's show you the double dummy analysis.
Oh,
Hasn't.
right.
If you play a spade now, what happens? They make +1, don't they? So what do you have to lead? Heart.
Heart.
And what do you have to do?
Trumpet. Okay.
Or not trumpet?
Rough it.
Well, if you rough it, what are they going to do? What are they going to do if you rough it?
Oh, they'll over rough. Oh no.
So
No, they
maybe you
can't.
won't over rough it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So this is a,
What do they do there?
well, I mean, why wouldn't rough it? You should know it's going to be over roughed. Now, the bidding will tell you that this hand would have bid hearts, all right?
Yeah.
So it says, again, I'm not expecting you to make 10 tricks in spades. I'm just saying that there's a way you can make 10 tricks. The double dummy analysis tells you what's possible, not potentially what's likely to happen. Because remember, the double dummy analysis is looking at all 52 cards. We don't get that privilege when we're declarer, do we?
Nope.
We don't get the privilege of looking at 52 cards. I wish we did. Bridge would be an easy game. South is another hand where you might open what?
2 hearts.
You might open it a weak 2 as well on this hand, or you might pass. If you open
What?
it, what?
Leo doubled.
What? Well, Leo doubled what?
Like 2 diamonds.
On the last hand.
Oh, sorry, not on this hand. Sorry,
We're on a
Thomas.
new, you're okay. No trouble at all. No trouble at all.
Sorry.
Okay. He could, yeah, he might have doubled. I wouldn't double. I'd have overcalled with a good 5-card suit. But on this hand, you might open it a weak 2 hearts as well, mightn't you?
Yes. Yes.
And you have a tough hand over 2 hearts. It should go pass, pass. What do you bid with this hand? It's a really tough hand.
You know Trump.
I have nothing in hearts.
I bid 2 diamonds. Oh, sorry,
3 diamonds.
3
I
diamonds.
did
I bid.
3 diamonds. Yeah.
You have 21 points.
Yeah, I know. It was really hard.
Wasn't it? Isn't it?
Well, I had to do something. That was the highest.
I
could
know,
go.
but I, by the way, I can find fault with any bid anybody wants to make
Yeah.
because it's an absolute beast of a hand to bid.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Yeah.
horrible. So over 3 diamonds, what happened?
Oh, it went down one.
Pass. Was it? What did anybody else do on this hand?
Forget. Not very well, I'd say, for me.
Your history, if you want to
Well,
check.
there were 2 threes and one south went to 2 hearts and they went down.
So 2 hearts doesn't make, yeah.
And it was
spade,
double.
a heart, 2 clubs, and 2 diamonds, yeah. And what were the other contracts, Mary?
3 diamonds each and
Going down 1.
-1.
Yeah. Okay, so I can see that happening for lots of reasons, yeah.
Is there a correct bid there, Thomas? What would you bid?
I mean, I'm sitting here saying, I hope somebody doesn't ask me that, like.
There you go.
But do you know what I mean? That's one of the reasons why the chalk talk is very different to classes.
I know,
Because-
but it's
Oh,
good.
it's very good, Thomas.
No, but you're going to, like, you're going to come up to hands, and I'm going to be honest with you and say, do you know what? You've really got a difficult decision, like.
Yeah.
There isn't a clear-cut bid you could make on that hand. I'll tell you what I would probably do.
Yeah.
I'd probably either double or bid 3 diamonds.
Okay.
But I hate both of them.
Yeah.
I hate both of them
Yeah.
because I've 21 points. I don't
Yeah.
like really bidding 3 diamonds. And I hate doubling because I've got ace, queen of spades. And if I double, I might hear my partner jump in spades, and I'm frightened of that happening.
Yes.
So I can see merits and demerits of every bid. That's why I'm saying to you, there isn't really a clear-cut action. All right?
So nothing makes really after all that. Like
Yeah, I
neither.
know.
either
Sometimes
contract
that
makes.
happens.
Yeah. Well, it's good because I thought that
Well, your
I shouldn't
closest,
have bid 2 diamonds, and I'm glad to think that it was an
your
okay
closest thing to make is maybe 3-no trump.
bid. Yeah, but
by
like
east-
you're
by
very
east west.
exposed in
Well, let's
hearts.
have a look. Let's have a look and see what they say. How about that?
Yes, I didn't know what to bid there, and I was very tempted to go to bid no trump. It was the
So
2
look,
hearts that put me off.
If they lead the jack of diamonds, what should happen?
It
should make.
Yeah, it
If
did
they lead
make,
the
yeah.
5 of diamonds, it should make +1. If they lead the jack of hearts, it should make. If they
Yeah.
lead a spade, it should go down +1. If they lead so look at the amount of cards where 3-no trump makes. 1,
So 3-no trump
2,
is the best
3,
one then.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10
Yeah.
cards from the lead of the south. Let's 3-no trump make. Now, there might be a lot of work involved afterwards. Do you know what I mean? It's not just as simple as I lead this card and it's all going to work out for me.
Yeah, but if they let it heart, then what would you do?
Well, if they let the jack of hearts, you play the you
duck the first
play
one.
the ace or you duck it. It doesn't matter. Your 9 becomes a stopper, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it would.
Yes, it
would.
does. Yeah.
If they lead the jack of hearts, you still make 9 tricks,
Oh yeah, okay.
provided you
duck the
don't
first
play.
one?
Same
You duck-
thing.
Yeah.
9 tricks.
Okay.
Look, every card they play is 9 tricks. Isn't it
Yeah.
amazing?
So 3-no trump is the right one then.
Yeah. Yeah. You have 26 high card points. You don't have
Yeah.
a fit anywhere.
Yeah.
What would I say to you if you were a raw beginner with 26 points and no fit? Where should you be? 3-no trump, yeah?
21 points, Thomas.
Yeah.
The dummy hand has 5, doesn't
Oh
it?
yes, the dummy
Yeah.
And
has
no trump hand.
Generally, we play with 2 hands, don't we?
do. We
It is
don't
a
know
very-
what dummy has when we make the bid.
I understand that, but I'm just saying to you that that's what we have, yeah?
See, Thomas, your partner is passed, so you just kind of think you're exposed in hearts, and you.
I know. I'm not
saying.
saying that that's where you'll get
Yeah,
to,
but
but I'm just saying that
so
that
right
is a
on you.
potential, and you might
Yeah.
make it. Now, this is a hand I saw a couple of tables play. I was just having a quick glance to see, and this is a hand where one pair got to 3-no trump and made it. Loads of tricks, or 9 tricks. I think it was Lee and Adele.
No, not us. We had three
or
diamonds.
against us?
Yeah, oh, those against us. Yeah, Jason did. They made. No, yeah, we went down 3 diamonds, so it wasn't us.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
no. You have a look at your board 12, will you?
Three
we're
no
on-
trump.
Oh, I thought we were on board
Trump,
11.
yeah,
Sorry.
wasn't-
We're on board 12.
I've moved on.
It
Sorry.
was Jason.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Jason was
Jason
in
didn't
three
make
no
it.
trump and made 9 tricks and got a very good score because not everybody was in 3 no trump. Another player was in 2 no trump making 11 tricks.
What's
they
the
didn't-
correct bid?
Well, I
there?
think the right bidding is 1 no trump, 12 to 14 balanced, pass, transfer, pass, complete the transfer, pass. And if you were feeling frisky, 3 no trump. And if you were feeling pessimistic, 2 no trump. And that's probably what happened. And that's where I get at one table, it certainly happened. And they made lots of tricks. They made 4 spade tricks, and 5 hearts is 9 and 2 clubs is 11. They made 2 no trump plus 3.
But you, in your little table, and I was going to do it, but I didn't. You say 1 no trump pass. If you've 11 points, you can say 2 spades.
That's not correct. That's if you have 11 points without a 4-card major or a 5-card major. If you look
I
at my
see.
little table, it'll tell
Yeah.
you that a transfer followed by 2 no trump shows 11 or 12 points.
I see. Yes.
All right.
Okay, Thomas. Yes. Thank you.
You're all right. There's no problem. Trust me. You're
I
not
do-
wrong. You're not wrong in what you're saying. 2 spades does show 11 points and 2 no trump does show 12. And that is a choice you can have. But they deny a 4 or a 5-card major because you use stayman with a 4-card major and you always use transfers with a 5-card major.
Right. Yes. Yes.
All right. Happy
Yes.
enough?
Yes, Thomas. Thank
Okay.
you.
Number 13. Pass from the north hand. And again, this is a horrible hand from east, but I'm still going to open it 1 no trump because I've 13 high card points and I've a balanced hand. I'm not happy about it. What will the south hand likely bid?
2 spades.
2 spades.
And that's where it's going to play.
Mm.
How many tricks did you all make?
There's 4 spades in our hand, but it went down 1.
Yeah, they shouldn't make
we
4.
got a good score.
They shouldn't make 4 spades. They should lose 2 clubs, a heart, and a spade.
Yeah.
Okay, so they shouldn't make 4 spades. So that's slight overbidding, isn't it? Because they don't have 25 points.
Mhm.
They've 16, 20 high card points between them. So
Yeah.
they shouldn't be in 4. So if you look at the end of the hand, oh, we're in game and they've only 20 points. Well, if you don't make it, don't be surprised unless there was a very good reason for you being there, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we're getting there. Just timing this right. So 7 and 4 is 11. There's another hand that people might choose to open light. I wouldn't because I'm first in hand and I've too many losers. But other people don't agree. And if you do open light, you might end up, look at that. Your partner might think you have a real opening bid and you might end up in slam. That might happen, yeah? How many people ended up in slam on this hand?
Well, no, nobody did, I think.
So
No.
Yes. We did. Two did, Thomas.
2
I
end, that's
did.
very
I
good.
did, Thomas.
Well done. What slams did they end up in?
7 hearts.
13.
7
Oh, yeah.
hearts. And did you make it?
Yeah, sure. Your
Very
your
good.
mother opened 1 spade and nobody could stop me.
Do you see? Do you see what happened? But it was a lucky make, wasn't it?
It was.
Why does it make everybody? Why does 7 hearts make? There's only one reason 7 hearts makes. What is it? Count the winners you have in hearts. How many winners have you got in hearts?
All winners.
You have the whole lot.
5. 5. How many
Yeah.
winners have you in clubs?
2.
And
2.
diamonds?
2.
And
2.
spades?
2.
2.
So that adds up to 11, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
So where do the extra 2 winners come from?
Ruffs.
Roughing.
Roughing what?
Spades.
And
Spades.
when spades are 3-3, that makes the other 2 spades winners, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
But what are the odds of a 6-card suit breaking 3-3 or 4-2, which is much more likely?
4-2.
An even number of cards is more likely to break unevenly. An odd number of cards is more likely to break as evenly as they can. So if you're missing 6, 3-3 is anti-percentage. Isn't that interesting? But
Yeah.
it's your only chance, isn't it? You've only one other chance, and that the one person has the queen and the jack of clubs alone. And when you play the ace followed by the king of clubs, what happens to your 10 of clubs?
It grows up.
But that they're tiny chances to be in a Grand Slam. But I did say that, look what happens if you open the bidding a little bit light. The other person might go bonkers, is what happened, isn't it? And I didn't say unreasonably so or anything like that. So if you got the slam on this board, very well done. If you got to a Grand Slam, I think you're a little bit lucky. All right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
All right. The penultimate board. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. A 15-point distributional 2-suiter. Absolutely glorious. What are we going to open the south hand? 1 spade.
Spade.
Pass from the west. Don't like a bid from west. What will north bid?
Oh, no trump.
Very good. East might decide to bid 2 clubs. With 7 of them, I don't mind. They might even decide to preempt 3 clubs. Might be a little bit frisky. So I don't mind if they bid 2, 3, or pass. No matter what they bid, south has a pretty good hand. But it's tricky for them, isn't it?
Yes.
What are you going to bid with the south hand?
2 diamonds. 3 diamonds.
It's tricky. It's tricky again.
Mm.
So what did you all end up in? What did you end up in on this hand? What were the contracts?
4 spades.
4 spades.
And did you make it?
No. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yes, it was made.
Yes.
Was it?
Yes.
That's quite good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm not sure it should be made. Let's have a quick look.
3 off on my table.
Yeah.
Well, 3 off is
Generous.
Yeah.
But let's have a look.
But it
Double
shouldn't
dummy.
make anyway.
It shouldn't make. I think the double dummy analysis should mean it shouldn't make. Look. Where's the lead? Has it done that yet? No.
Jack of clubs was led at ours.
There you go. Look. So Jack of clubs was led.
Yes.
That lets it make, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Mm.
it
Mm.
does.
That
Yeah.
lets it make.
Mhm.
Because it gives them the ability to get to where?
To get over.
Well, they can rough.
They take the ace, and that's the
Yeah.
end of our clubs. That's the end of our clubs.
But they don't lose 2 hearts, you see. They get
Yeah.
rid of a heart, don't they?
Yeah.
Mm.
Now, if they draw trumps, what happens?
Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Mm.
That the lead. So, and again, you couldn't be too critical of the lead of the Jack of clubs, could you?
couldn't. No, top of yeah, no.
It's not unreasonable that you led that card. You might have led a low trump from king to 3. Oftentimes, that's not a bad lead either. You might have led a doubleton diamond, but the top of a jack of top of a 2 touching card in near sequence. There'd be oftentimes that's what I'd be looking for you to lead, wouldn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So we're not looking to tear anybody down, folks. We're just looking to give you some opinions and
Yeah.
different ways to think and understand that the way you play bridge in competition and in tournaments isn't the same way as you learn bridge in a lesson. When you're learning bridge in a lesson, you're learning how to think and how to strategize. What you do on the fly can be very different. What happens at your table at any given moment can change. And as somebody said to me today before we go on to the last board, it's going to be fun when we go back to holding cards.
Yeah.
People are going to be holding cards and go, for fuck's sake, Jesus almighty. Do you know what I mean?
Foostering and fumbling.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's go on to the last board. Now, West is going to pass. North is going to open our lovely traditional one-note trump. But again, a 4 Tripleton 3 is generally not a good hand. What makes this hand a little bit better? Well, we've got fillers, don't we? We've the 10 of spades, we've the 10 of clubs. Doesn't that fill the hand somewhat, yeah?
Yeah.
It should still go one-note trump, pass, pass, pass. Is that what happened?
Yes.
Yes.
And what was the lead at all 3 tables?
Lead.
2 of hearts.
9 of diamonds.
9 of diamonds.
Yeah, I can see that.
Top of his sequence, yeah.
The
4
9 of,
ties to
well,
go on
no, the 9 of diamonds is not top of a sequence. We don't apply top of sequences to cards as low as 9.
Oh, right.
You could either lead 9 of diamonds top of nothing, or a high card promising you don't have an honor, or you could lead the 4th best of your longest and strongest heart.
2 of hearts.
Yes, you could do either of those leads.
Yeah.
Both of them cost a trick, by the way,
Yeah,
don't
they
they?
do, yeah. Yep.
If you lead a heart, you give them a cheap trick with the
You do,
9.
yeah.
If you lead a diamond and your partner puts the king on it, you've given your 3 easy winners to the north hand, haven't you?
Yes.
So it's interesting, isn't it?
Mm.
Many tricks did everybody make on this hand? Because I can see people sneaking 9 tricks.
That's correct, I did.
Yeah, 20, and they don't have 5 points. But sometimes those extra 10s means the opponents can't take tricks off you because they're not able to keep attacking suits. Because eventually, what will happen to your 10?
It's a winner.
It's a winner. All right. Now, folks, how did you find 16 boards? Because you did that in 1 hour and 45 minutes. Was that all right for you?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
All right. My advice to you would be, right, that if, like, 8 boards in 1 hour is proper timing, right? So we're probably a little bit too fast tonight. Now that might be because we had Mamie, Leo and the robots, blah blah, okay? But just remember that I have a class next week and the Zoom won't start till 9:30 next week. I only did a short class this week, all right? So if you are finished a little bit early, it won't be the Zoom won't be on till about 25 past 9:30, all right?
Yeah, Thomas, I have a question. If we wanted to join the lesson, can we join the lesson?
You can, but I think the people who are in the Zoom, what you're doing is of benefit to you.
What we're doing here is much more benefit. Yeah,
I think it is. I think it is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
We're doing a topic, and I said, "Oh God, I could do it pushing up on that." And then,
yeah, but let me just stop recording, folks. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
Are you going to F and blind now?